because I was taught the importance of a final bolt check before I became a professional mechanic. A new bike should have what I call a final bolt check before it comes out of the stand to have their on-the-ground stuff done. It's how I guarantee my thousands of customers keep safe riding their bikes after we have worked on them. One thing I've learned in my 40 years being a professional bike mechanic is none of the bolts that I remembered securing are memorable. It's the ones I didn't check when the job was done that continue to haunt me and frankly embarrass on the rare occasions it has happened. 99% of home and shop mechanics alike don't have this as part of their spannering process, and is most likely the reason things keep going wrong with your bike when you're out riding it. But there is a step-by-step system all competent bike mechanics have that allows them to be confident there'll be no predictable failures from their work. And once you implement your own system, the reliability of a bike will go from unsure to definite. Welcome to stage 18 of Tour de Bike 2024, where I'll guide you step by step through doing a final bolt check to strike a more positive balance between continually adjusting your bike and riding it. Stick around to the end when you'll find out which bolts on a bike I'd recommend you don't repeatedly check, as it can lead to premature failure of certain components. There is a better way to check things are safe instead. Let's start with the crank fixing bolts, and as we're in the same region with the correct tool, check the front derailleur clamp bolt and or braze-on bolt, so the cranks won't fall off and the front derailleur won't slide down when being used in anger. Next, check the pinch bolts on both derailleurs. You might want to hold on to the rear derailleur cage so the mech doesn't fight with the chain. I do a similar thing holding the front derailleur cage while checking the pinch bolt. They need to be tight enough to flatten the cable a little to eradicate any shift problems due to the inner cable not being secured properly. The next ones to do are the brake bolts. I do all of them at once on each brake. For disc brakes, that is the cable pinch bolt, the bolts holding the caliper to the adapter if there is one, and the bolts holding the brake to the frame. If this was a rim brake bike, I would be checking the main pivot bolt and centralising the caliper at the same time. Don't forget the pinch bolt. Again, they need to be tight enough to flatten the cables a little. With both sets of brake bolts checked, we can be happy in the knowledge they won't let us down when they are most needed. Let's check both quick releases by giving them a little tug to make sure they aren't loose. If you have through axles, just check they are tight. The final thing I do is cut the inner cables down to length and crimp the end caps on. I never ever crimp the cables before the final bolt check is done. If I get interrupted and there are no cable ends, I will start the final bolt check again. The consequences of not doing the whole final bolt check range from ongoing continued nuisances to the lights going out permanently. Now, you may have been wondering when I'm going to check the handlebar, stem and seat related bolts. The stem alignment, handlebar angle and seat angle all need to be done when the bike is on the ground for accuracy. But there is also one more important reason. Before I tell you, a quick reminder, this is stage 18 of a 21 stage tour around any new bike, showing shortcuts taken at production and final assembly to cut costs. If you haven't already checked the previous stages out, take a look to see what else needs attention on your bike before it's too late. In stage 19 of Tour de Bike 2024, we'll be visiting the seat clamping areas. I'm going to show you three things quite often mistaken as creaking from the bottom bracket and crank area. Rather than checking the stem bolts, handlebar bolts and seat cradle bolts, I just test they are secure. I'll grab the handlebars by the drops and I'll try and turn them both ways to see if they're tight. I'll then get the front wheel between my legs and hold it with my knees and thighs and try and twist the handlebars from side to side. And I'll do the same thing to the saddle to check the clamping bolts. The reason I don't keep checking these bolts is because they have a combination of low torque settings and alloy going into alloy. Even if it's steel going into alloy, it can cause similar problems. All of these areas have the added strain of taking your weight and power both in and out of the seat. It's just not a sensible idea to keep undoing or trying to do up alloy bolts or steel bolts into alloy over and over again. You're running the risk of wearing the threads out or even stretching the alloy in areas like the handlebar clamp and the stem clamp onto the steerer. If you want to learn how to build a bike from the ground up, I have a step-by-step full bike build video you can click on at the end. There are many other common things neglected on a new bike build. To find out what they are and how to rectify, click the playlist at the end to check the previous stages out. My name's Ashley Malcolm and I can't wait to see you in stage 19 of Tour de Bike 2024. Until then, thanks and take care.